Alright everyone, today I wanted to make a short video in regards to the Vulcan Pro TIG 205. I've had it for probably a couple years now, give or take a few months, and I do a lot of stainless steel with it. Even though I feel like I'm really not that proficient at stainless steel, I feel like I'm grasping at the lowest rung of entry level there is for being able to do stainless steel, and I just haven't really kind of disciplined myself to just really spend time in the chair to perfect the craft of welding stainless steel or aluminum or anything like that. But this video is mostly for people if you have an automotive project or a different project, or even if you're a hobby like aircraft, or you build experimental aircraft or anything in that type of field, or anything that just might require stainless steel and you're contemplating purchasing a TIG welder. I feel like the online marketplace is just saturated with import TIG welders. When I was growing up, you had Miller, Lincoln, and like Thermal Arc, and you were very limited. But now I feel like the market is just overly saturated, and when you have too many options, it can make it difficult to make a good decision. So anyways, I kind of tossed around my first go-to TIG welder would be like a Miller Dynasty, but that financially was just a little bit tall for me, and so I wanted a really good, solid entry level machine that would kind of take me to a place where at some point in time I could afford to buy a Miller. So anyways, let me show you what I typically do with this welder. And hopefully any of you out there that are considering purchasing this machine. Another factor too is like a lot of these other places that sell these TIG welders online, none of them have a brick and mortar building where I can go in and touch the welder and kind of kick the tires, I guess, for a better explanation. And so that's kind of why I went with this one. And I feel like no matter where you live in this country, there is a Harbor Freight in probably within either 30 minutes or 3 hours, just depending on where you live. And so that's another factor too. Is another thing too is I don't, so they've kind of tightened up their parameters for being able to return stuff, but I still have that option in some cases. So anyways, let me get you turned around, and let me show you what I do with this, and then I'll put you in the stand and we'll take a drag off this thing and we'll kind of wrap it up. Hold on one second here. All right, so basically what I do is I have a kind of a contract or a deal worked out with a company that sells concrete working equipment. And what I do, so when you put in any type of a concrete slab, is you have what's called an expansion joint, and it's kind of to control your cracking, so you can so you don't have cracks in your slab. If you do have cracks, you can control where they're going to be at. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's welded up, and these are my blanks, and then I'll take two of them, kind of like this here. I apologize for my camera work. I guess if you don't like it, don't watch it or make your own video. So what I do is I have a fixture or a jig, and I get two pieces like this right over here, and you can see this is kind of how I clamp them up, and then I'll tack my ends up right there, and then got another tack there, and then so what I'll do is I'll tack it in the center and then work towards that one, and then start back at the top and come this way to the center. I do that because stainless steel is really susceptible to thermal distortion. And then I have my machine set. I typically run 16 gauge at 49 amps when I'm doing, it's like a combination fusion weld, but I'm still adding filler because after this is all done, I still have to clean it up and do kind of a lot of sanding. So anyways, let me get you set up in the stand here and we'll light up. All right, so that's what I just welded. I don't know how well you can see that, but it got a little bit of areas where there's some really good coloring, but other than that, it's like I can't, you know, get too carried away with the appearance because all of that is going to get sanded down and buffed out. So anyways, you know, I hope this is kind of a very elementary, you know, kind of review video if you're considering purchasing this machine. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm at 26fe.ironworks on Instagram. And I will see you on the next one. Peace out.